What's up, Ungmennafélagið, and welcome back to the Director of Football, Journeyman, with Parento on Football Manager 2020 with me, Foggy Plays. I say welcome back, unless this is your first time here, and then hello, thank you for joining us. Maybe hit the like button and subscribe, that would be fantastic. Even if this isn't your first time here, like and subscribe is always appreciated. It helps the channel out. So, if you want, do the things that I mentioned. Comment, subscribe, like. Yeah. So for this episode today with Parento, we're going to be taking on Rubio New in the league, and we're going to be playing Libertad in the Copa Paraguay semi-final. Hopefully we can make our way past Libertad. As you can see, Diego Huacha is doubtful. He's actually finally coming back from his injury. As you can see, his physicals have fallen off a cliff with his broken ankle, which he's been out for 4 months now. It has been a time since he's been here. 10 games, 6 goals. The man was an absolute monster before breaking his ankle. We have a bit of transfer news update. Geraldo wanted to leave because he wasn't getting enough first team football, so he is joining Atletico Julia for 350k. So we're making a loss on him. He's off to Colombia. And we're signing Sergio Ramos, who is an attacking midfielder, paying 850k for him. Ooh, didn't realize we were paying that much for him. I thought it was a bit less. I think this guy is probably going to be he's a wonder kid. We're signing a wonder kid. Usually we sell wonder kids. I think this guy is going to be more of a striker. If we decide to go for the 3 up front option, or keep the 3 up front, we're going to go with him, Peterson, and Resquin. Excuse me. If they're kept at the club, that is. We have had one of our first team players leave, which disrupted the squad ever so slightly. It was Nestor Alfonso for a potential 2.2 million to Salzburg, which, less than ideal. Interestingly, played a friendly against Paraguay as New Zealand. We beat them 2-1. So New Zealand greater than Paraguay, obviously, with us winning the game. But in terms of Parento games, since we were here last, in the crushing defeat to San Lorenzo, we beat General Diaz 2-0. Luis Garcia and Giuliano scored for the first time in 27 games in 18 minutes. Got himself a cheeky little penalty, put it away. Keeper almost saved it. But we won 2-0. Then against Nacional Paraguay, Miguel Castillo scored 2 absolute screamers from outside the box, as is pretty much his go-to. He has 21 goals this season, I think it is. And then against Deportivo Capitilla, we beat them 4-1. They scored a penalty to equalise the game in the 5th minute. So it was a busy first 15 minutes because Peterson scored in the 11th minute. Then Maslov scored in the 76th, and Peterson scored again in the 85th. We really came to life in the final 15 minutes. So like the first 15, final 15, extremely busy. Other than that, not a whole lot happened. So for the first of the 2 games today, we are going to be lining up with Zungu in goal, Torres and Luis Ricardo, who is back in the team and playing well. I don't want to say it too loud because then he'll hear me, but he's playing well. Maslov and Gonzalez as our centre-back partnership, Ben, Sanabria and Castillo in central midfield, Giuliano, Peterson and Resquin as our strikers. Giuliano, for some reason, has forgotten how to play as poacher, but he's been decent in the last couple of games. I know his 6.76 isn't great. I still believe. I'm going to move Resquin back to the centre, actually, because he has literally done nothing. And I'm just going to move... I'll leave Giuliano be a deep lying forward on attack. Garcia is suspended for this game. He has, like I said, been quite good. We have a youth intake. Oh, I forgot to mention that. This is the best guy in the youth intake. I really want him to start playing games. He might get to sit on the bench for the Libertad game. 16-year-old Paraguayan striker, also Portuguese, so he's definitely going to be leaving us at some point. This is the youth intake people we didn't take on. I think we signed 4 players. Pablo Baez is the second best of them. He's a decent looking goalkeeper. Don't think he's ever going to hit the 3.5 star potential they reckon he has. Marcus Silva, he's never going to do anything. I don't think he's technically quite good. Actually, maybe he will do well. I don't know. Physically, he's terrible, but he's only 16, so we'll see how he gets on. He's going to be spending his time in the under 21s, and I think Alex Diaz is the final of them. Left back, he's okay. We'll see how he gets on. So that is the team we are going to be using. The youth intake, as is kind of standard for the course, all in all, not great. So it's kind of I still haven't given I thought I gave Gonzalez a face. When you're not here, I don't really pay attention to the faces, but for some of them I do. But Gonzalez, I don't know. I thought I gave him I have to check my settings after this. If we win this game, we do qualify for the Copa Libertadores, which, who doesn't love going into the Copa Libertadores knowing that if we play San Lorenzo, we are getting knocked out regardless of what we do. Because that just seems to be the way it's working. I am, as well, possibly on the verge of being removed from Cerro Prento. There's been an awful lot of mumbles recently in the game that I am not necessarily favoured to be sacked, but there's been mumbles of discontent with the board towards myself, and I'm not sure why, because we've been quite good. Like, we're currently sitting second in the league. Like I said, we're probably not going to win the league this year because Libertad are winning pretty much every game they're playing, and we've dropped. Oh, Ben with the goal. We've dropped points here and there. Libertad don't really drop points, so Torres with the assist. Ben in the penalty area smashes past their keeper. We are 1-up already. Did not expect it. I expected to win this game, but in FM, you can't expect anything. Things don't work out the way you want them to. But yeah, I'm fearful that Cerro Prento might not necessarily be where we are next year, because the board do seem to be losing patience, and I don't know why. Because we're overperforming. Like, Olympia are always the team that are expected to finish second, but we're clear second. Like, we are clear second. We're 18 points ahead of them with 9 games left. So Maximiliano Ben gets his second goal. Castillo's not been involved at all yet. So much so we've only had one long shot. The kickouts seem to be going to our left back, but all the play seems to be coming down the right. And to be fair, that was quite a lucky deflection for Ben. But Castillo, interestingly, being very quiet so far. Sanabria has turned into an absolute monster at the deep lying playmaker. He is having quite the time. Sanabria has been spraying balls around the place. It's beautiful to see. Having said that, now probably going to pick up an injury or get sent off, and we're going to be sad. But what can you do? I can't wait for that new striker. Maslov almost gets it in, and Peterson's shot gets blocked. But yeah, that new wonder kid. A wonder kid. Of all the players we could have signed, a wonder kid. A goddamn bona fide wonder. He's a proper wonder kid. The media think he's a wonder kid, and he is actually joining Cerro Prento rather than a wonder kid that leaves Shadow Parento. Oh, Resquin. That's his first goal in 5 years, probably. I don't know. It's been a long time since Resquin scored. Not quite as long as Giuliano. Giuliano went the majority of a year without scoring, but Resquin puts it in the back of the net. Oh, we can breathe easy now. We're 3 up. We haven't made any substitutions yet. Castillo, you can come off for Mendieta. Ricardo is tired to bring on Godoy. Make Godoy the inverted wingback because why not? Giuliano is complacent. We take him off and bring on Caballero. Triple substitution just coming up in the 88th minute. Just to give a couple of players a rest. I'm going to leave Ben on because I want to see if Max Ben can score himself a cheeky little hat-trick. He's not going to. But, I hate taking a player off when they're on 2 goals because then you always have like, oh, you don't like a player scoring hat-tricks, do you? No, I do. I do enjoy them scoring hat-tricks. But he probably wasn't going to, and he didn't. So, that is a nice little result for us. What more could you ask for? A 3-0 victory. Beat Rubio New, who are 10th in the league. The relegation zone. You could even say Deportivo Capitia are still within the relegation situation. Our initial budget's been set. Ooh. Resquin finally scores. How long had it been? 18 hours. Qualified for Copa Libertadores. Classy Ben. Ben is becoming more of a Mazzella. Oh, we're 5 games unbeaten now. Ooh. I had a draw against 3 de Pereira, which, we've only had 3 draws. We have had 6 defeats, though. Yeah, not helped. So, budget-wise, what do I expect? I'm going to say 7.5 million. They haven't changed it much from what it was. I think we might have had we might actually have had the exact same. I'm pretty sure the budget was almost identical. We have plenty of wage budget to play with, though, which is not terrible. Finances, we're still, we're doing quite well. So I'm not worried about the club at the minute. Projection wise, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, we will be back in just a second for the Libertad game. Which we're favourites. It's going to be hard. Maybe they won't play their full strength team because it is only the Copa Paraguay. I don't know, do they care that much about it? They won it the year before we did. We won it last year. They won it the year before. Yeah, we will be back in just a second for that. Final is going to be drawn on the 8th of October. It's going to be one of these 2 teams versus one of these 2 teams. Anyway, we will be back in just a second for the Libertad game. Don't go anywhere. So it is Cup semi-final day against Libertad. I am still slightly weary that we're going to get destroyed today, but have to go in with all hope for the best. We are favourites. I don't know how, don't know why, but we are. No changes for this game other than Sanabria, who is suspended. So Garcia comes in, Ben moves into deep lying playmaker, and 16-year-old Guerra is going to sit on the bench, who is actually close to his 17th birthday, which just noticed. So I'm hoping. Right. We do not have a plan B. If this does not work, we do not have a plan B. So, who needs a plan B? We are at number 30. Normally, in the league, I have Chow on the bench as a left winger option. So, if we decide to go to a 4-2-4, he can just slot in. But we don't have him on the bench today because we can only have 5 substitutes for some reason. We're just try and end their run. So we're going to have to do it as we are right now with the 4-3-3. Wait and see. Let's see what happens. The referee chasing the ball. Libertad, first highlight, 2 minutes in. They have the ball. Why is Luis Ricardo playing at right back? I don't know why he was there. Resquin picks up the ball. Giuliano, of all people, of all the players on the pitch, Giuliano is the one that gets the ball. I suppose I can't complain. I really can't complain. If I didn't want him to have the ball, he shouldn't be playing. But Resquin does pick up the loose corner. Torres runs across, but it's straight at their centre back. They play a dangerous ball across the box. Castillo finds Luis Ricardo, and the highlight ends. What did Luis Ricardo do? We're only 4 minutes in. Libertad on the attack again. Amarilla. Thankfully, Zungu, who has made his second and third appearance for South Africa. He's, I think, now by the looks of it, their first choice. He's having a good time. Castillo drags it wide. We've only had 38% possession. Garcia gets himself is on a booking. Don't really want him being the one that has booking because he is still a ball winning midfielder at heart. So he will tackle hard. But as it is right now, there's still a chance. We're three bookings in. Right, we'll try and play a shorter passing. I don't know. I think I changed the person that was giving me options up here because my assistant manager is terrible. So I picked one of the coaches who was better, I guess. But Ben has the ball now. Gets it forward to Peterson, and Peterson buries it in the back of the net. From a Maximiliano Ben pass. Beautiful assist. Our playmakers, to be fair, our playmakers are quite good. And Peterson just unleashes Giuliano, Garcia, all not having great games. It's been a boring game, I'd say. Even though we had a lot of highlights at the start, not an awful lot has actually happened. Which seems counterintuitive. But I will accept a 1-0 regardless because it's still a lead that we have. I'm going to give Resquin a bit of a talk. I am not happy with the way he's been playing. He is fired up from me telling him he's not been good enough. Gonzalez instantly picks up an injury. Don't want to take him off. It's pulled wrist ligament. It's fine. Castillo gets challenged, and they're down to 10. Cordoba gets himself sent off. So Maslov gets it across to Castillo. Cuts inside to Ben. Garcia plays Resquin through, and Resquin far too easy for their goalkeeper. And we're 65 minutes in. I think it's time to make a change. But deep lying forward, you can be advanced forward, and we're going to make you a poacher. But we're going to bring on Triera, give him an opportunity to run around a little bit. Ricardo has been terrible, so we're going to bring on Godoy. We leave it at okay. Torres heads it on. Garcia just gets it as far away from himself as physically possible. Gonzalez with his pulled wrist ligaments. Maybe I should take him off, but I left Resquin on with a broken finger, so Resquin tries to get it across but can't. We've picked the ball up again. Torres to Garcia. Gets across to Resquin. Resquin passes man and Peterson moves into the middle. He has only gone and scored his second of the game. His 20th of the season. We are 2-0 up against Libertad. FM knew all along. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I should not have said that. Should not have said that. I should not. I feel like I've just cursed myself by saying that. They have 10 minutes. Lee, Torres, beautiful tackle. Gets it forward. Triera, first time we've seen him on the ball. Beautiful pass to Castillo. Resquin. Do something with it. Ben. Castillo. Castillo only knows how to hit the ball really, really, really hard. So if he's not in a position where he can just hit it really hard, not really able to play football. We're just going to make our final change. We're going to take off Gonzalez, bring on Chavez, because full wrist ligaments can't be fun to run around with, because he's not using his arms though. Watch our goalkeeper pick up an injury now. Peterson on for his hat-trick. Straight as our keeper. Portillo has an easy time getting a hold of that. Godoy. Riera, oh, he heads just over. What an introduction that would have been. Godoy gives away a free kick, but it is all over. We have 30 seconds left. We're going to win this game, regardless of what happens here. Even if Libertad can score, they're not going to score a second. We are through to the final of the Copa Paraguay for the second season in a row. What even was that? Castillo. What was that attempt? Castillo, terrible clearance. But Rodas heads so far over. We're through to the final. Get in. Had nothing to do with the fact that it's ending off, because we were already 1 up. Fantastic, lads. We're in the final. You deserve it. Peterson almost had himself a hat-trick, but not quite. Luis Ricardo, I'm going to give out to you because you were terrible. You weren't at your best. I think Roman might start the next game. Luis Ricardo only seems to have 2 good games. Fernando de la Mora, the second division team, beat 3 de Febrero on penalties. Resquin gets one over. He wasn't great though. That's the only thing. We have the opportunity to defend our title as the Copa Paraguay Cup holders, which, you know, I want to do. Ignacio Gonzalez only out for 3 days. Guiara makes his debut. He's going to play in the final as well, because fuck it, why not? We've been given 82k, or almost 82k, and Peterson gets man. He's also a wonder kid now. What is going on? We've so many. He's going to be leaving. So we have had a bit of interest in our players. Braga want Torres. Ben is wanted by Beijing Juan, as is Castillo. So Tomas Villalba is unhappy with the sale of Machado, I think it was. So he looks like he is probably going to be leaving at some point as well. None of our Henrique is looking to move on as well, because of a promise I made him that I don't remember making, where I said I'd play him after his injury. But for our next league game, we have 2 suspensions and an injury in our defence. Fantastic. We are screwed for our next game, which is against 6th place Sportivo Loqueño. They've dropped down the table as well. Who are Libertad playing next? Libertad play Deportivo Capitía. So they're guaranteed 3 points there. Deportivo Capitía have been terrible. Who have they beaten this year? They've beaten Libertad once. So there is a chance. Interesting. Next episode, we're going to come back for some important games, I would imagine. Olimpia and Libertad. I think, maybe the final. Olimpia and Libertad. Quite possibly. Maybe come back for the final in its kind of own episode. And then we'll have General Diaz Capitia as the final episode of this season. And hopefully we still win a chance of winning the league. Hopefully Libertad drop points at some point. Hopefully they get beaten. Hopefully they lose the rest of their games. That would be nice. That would be right. So if you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all of your friends. We'll have a secret word, I think, maybe. Shall we? I think we should. Have a secret word. Maybe Libertad or final. Leave a comment down below saying Libertad or final. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. I'm open to suggestions. Thank you very much for watching, fellas, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.